Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're back with a full video. We've had some bearish price action over the course of the last 24 hours. Hopefully, my video update yesterday was still in time to prevent some further losses or something like that. Because yesterday we already said that this was a possibility, right? I mean, yesterday we've talked about this move in general. Quite often, that we would potentially get a move into this level right here at 2.21, 2.17, while we were consolidating up here, because we were already capping here at the POC. But what I expected, and we've spoken about this yesterday as well, is that we would get a drop into that level and then a reclaim, right? And yesterday morning, I already said, well, this doesn't really look like that type of move, right? Because yesterday we also had some, just Thursday was quite bearish. I think Thursday is really when it all turned. And then yesterday, of course, with the tariffs on aluminum and steel, but also some renewed tensions between the US and China, we pushed down lower. But that's ultimately, well, I mean, those fundamentals, I think, actually did less than Thursday. Which normally is quite strong for crypto, at least since the momentum started. In April and May was very bearish, right? And that pushed XRP down, and it pushed it down with quite a lot of volume. So yesterday what we said is that, all right, well, it's most likely we can push down a little bit lower as well. And that's now what we've done. We've pushed down a little bit higher than this major support level at 2.05, 2.07, which is the value area low of this entire range, right? And not only that, it's also as you can see, the previous month POC. So even though it doesn't look like it here on this chart, it's actually a high liquidity zone, and then you have the 200 EMA, and then you can also see on the daily time frame that we've left quite a major imbalance. And then I will spoil that we also have a major support level for the total 3, which has bounced right here at the 90-day rolling VWAP together with the yearly rolling VWAP, which can be extremely strong support level. So technically, it actually doesn't look that bad for XRP. Like, of course, yes, the bearish pressure we've seen over the course of last week is bearish, and I see no indication at this point of time that XRP is going to rally, right? I mean, we hit a significant support level, but the volume we've had from that support level so far has been very mild, which is also, like, it's not strange because it's the weekend. But if you would suspect a rally, then you would expect somewhat more some more volume, which is not it's not something we haven't seen before. And then we do have some leverage, but ultimately, I mean, the leverage we had is in no shape or form enough to say, all right, well, we're going to rally. However, I do think we will bottom out here. All right, we have a very strong support level right here at 2.08, 2.05. And yes, there's been a lot of bearish pressure in the markets, and like I said, I'm definitely not, at least not on the lower time frames, bullish on XRP. However, like I said, given altcoins in general being at major support, XRP being at major support, and also the possibility of some sort of a 3 drive pattern, which would be, 3 drives lower with lower momentum, which seems quite likely. I mean, we've had these first 2 drives already with lower momentum, and it's unlikely, unless we get some very bearish fundamental news, that if we get another drive down, that it's going to be with more volume than what we had overnight, when we obviously had that bad news. So that always, increases the volume quite a bit as well. So we have the potential at doing something like that. And we're already seeing some sort of a 2 drive pattern, in the sense that we had less strength behind this move, even though the price pushed down lower. So that no bullish divergences yet, but okay. And then we have a major support level. All right. So what I would expect for XRP right now is, yes, one more move down is quite likely and definitely possible, but ultimately I do think we'll be able to hold that level around 2.05, and that we'll find some stability on top of that. And then ultimately, unfortunately, what it will depend on, if we can actually rally back up from this support level, or whether this is just some temporary stability before dropping down lower into 1.95, into $2, that just depends on 2 things, and that's the fundamentals. All right, what happens with these trade wars, what happens with the S&P 500 when it opens on Monday, and it depends on Bitcoin, all right, which at this point of time is also at a crucial support level. So that I'll keep you updated on, but that is what it depends on. For now, I would expect something like this, so hopefully that helps, but I'll be back with new updates as soon as I can. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.